You know, the word for sincerity in Sanskrit is mumukshu. Mumukshu. Mumukshu is, I mean, Swami Purna once said that the most admirable quality he saw in spiritual seekers was mumukshu, was sincerity. That the person every day is genuinely wanting to know the truth beyond what their current human reality is. The person really wants to know. Mm-hmm. So much so that they can't stop thinking about it. They just want to know. They're searching. They're a real legitimate spiritual seeker. And you look at the nature of the world, you know, and all the conversations in the world and everything that people are doing, and how many are spiritual seekers coming together and discussing, you know, how do we break through our tendencies so we can realize God? How many of them are really working together? That's a Sangha.
Yeah.
That's a Sangha. Sangha are people who gather together and say, you know what? We want to overcome this illusion that our mind is. We want to overcome our karmas. We want to overcome our suffering. We want to find spirit. We want to find God. That's a Sangha. A group of excited people who are really ready to go on the spiritual path, are gung-ho. Say, let's do it. In a way, I can be a kind of like a cheerleader to encourage people to keep going, because it's easy to get frustrated and caught in daily life and forget about spirituality, because this life is not so easy. It's not as easy as just, well, you know, okay, great, I'll do what you say. It's not that simple. You have to get everyday encouragement. I mean, I have been attending satsangs, I said this, like at least 3 times a week for years, because I knew I needed encouragement and I needed that energetic boost.
Right.
As much as I could get.
Right.
Because that kept me encouraged, and it kept the energy flowing through me, so I could feel this spiritual power running through me all the time. And it was always, I couldn't forget God, because the spiritual energy was reminding me. Do you see what I'm saying? If the spiritual energy went out, in other words, it just blinked out and then it came back again during satsang, that's not good enough, because then I easily forget spirituality, because the energy is not flowing through me anymore. So it has to, you have to rev it up, if you want to say that. Rev it up? Yeah. Mm-hmm. You have to rev it up enough so that the flow keeps going and it will remind you by itself. Then you'll have a powerful path. You can't forget. Until then, I had a God alarm. I wore literally an alarm. I told you the story, I think, right? That would vibrate every hour to say, okay, stop right now and think of God. Maybe you could think of it. This is all manifestation of the divine mind, as an example. Or everything is love. Or let me serve everyone as if they're God. You know, something to remind me of my purpose, to remember who I truly am as spirit. That's a great, that was necessary for me at the beginning, because I did not have that energy turned on all the time inside me.